What's up, mortals? It's Dante, and we're back with a new chapter in Four Nights of the Apocalypse. The boys fall into darkness. This cover might seem really nice, but let's not get fooled. It's April Fool's Day, and we should not do that. We begin where we left off with Nasiens taking the damage. The spear just certainly found its target with Diodora, but instead it's somehow Nasiens taking the damage. While the Royal Fairy Giant Hybrid is injured, the beast wastes no time and surrounds him. They attack with, oh my god, what the hell is with this snake?
There was a little guy in there.
But Nasiens does a few hand gestures and the spear activates. It goes around and smacks Diodora's beasts away, and Nasiens sends the spear right back at Diodora. But as fans now know, that is definitely not what should have happened. Nasiens, what is wrong with you? What's the trick behind this? Nasiens is downed once again despite landing that attack. Capradon, who we actually now know is Gowther, thinks to himself it's not full counter like Meliodas, so what's with this kind of magical force? Even Anne is very confused, saying what the hell's going on down there? What's going on with Nasiens? And we see that Diodora's clothes, they repair themselves? Huh. That's actually pretty neat. I think Deanne needs something like that. Diodora is even amazing, so it holds up against the purgatorial miasma, and it repairs itself? How very useful. The lack of defense is a minus, to be sure, but it's a perfect match for my magic. Yeah, after what happened the other time, I'd say yes, you made the right call in grave robbing those clothes. Diodora just glares menacingly at Nasiens as he lies down bleeding, saying, "Poor boy, that looks so painful. Without this power of mine, I'd have lost by now." In a weakened state, Nasiens asks, "What did you do to me?" And Diodora, with that creepy smile, says, "Only what you tried to do to me. You stabbed me in the shoulder and the leg, that's all." And everyone is confused as Diodora explains, "Ross broke my neck in an attempt to kill me. Instead, he died of a broken neck. Turret attempted to lash me to death. Instead, he was the one who got mangled." This shocks Nasiens, saying, "Your friends tried to betray you?" With that wound still freshly open, Diodora starts monologuing.
He starts monologuing.
I'm sure they're regretting it now, wherever they are. When they died, after all, their magic found a new home in me. This is God's gift to me, after I was thrust into the deepest pit of despair, so I can take my revenge against everything in this world. You see, this is my magic. A magic called despair. I knew it. I so freaking called it. I knew this magic was going to be called despair. The opposite of Percival's hope. This is the official title of Diodora's gift from God. Despair. The announcer goes on saying, "Well, what kind of terrifying magic is this? Nothing but despair, pure and simple. How will Nasiens fight back?" But Gawain comments saying more of a curse than a magic spell. And Percival is starting to freak out. Diodora chastises Nasiens. "You don't seem too mobile any longer. Let me finish this up right now." Nasiens tells Diodora, "I know how painful it is for you not to trust anyone, but I know there's still people worthy of your trust." But this, of course, does not go well with Diodora, who draws his sword and says, "Don't lecture me," and slashes against Nasiens, who was quick to block the attack. And we see that Nasiens' wounds are gone, and Diodora is shocked, saying, "Wait, what happened to your wounds? They ran so deep." And Nasiens parries. The crowd is going wild. Nasiens is back in action. Even Diodora is thrown a loop. But Percival, he's saying, "That's Percival." And I was very confused what he meant by that, but I forgot Nasiens actually made a medicine called Percival and named it after, well, Percival. Yeah, I actually forgot about that. Nasiens stands tall with his wounds cleared up and swords in hand. "I'm afraid you can't take me down that easily. I still have so much left I want to accomplish." And Diodora charges. The two clash swords with Diodora exclaiming in a battle of wit, "Stop being ridiculous. You know I'm going to kill you here. I'll kill you, and then I'll put an end to the one you love with your own magic." Damn, that's dark. but Nasiens retaliates with another slash to Diodora's face, but of course it transfers back to Nasiens. Dude, you really should have expected that.
Will you forget the head slicing thing?
But in the end, Diodora takes no damage. He may be healed, but Nasiens is still in dire straits. And Nasiens has a new idea rather than slashing at him. Nasiens uses his magic, venom mixing, Misty Rain, and Belladonna. This mist starts to affect Diodora, saying it's a sweet aroma. He starts to nod off, staggering, and begins to fall back over. But he suddenly snaps out of it, saying, "You startled me there for a moment," surprised that he almost went for a sleep. You know, just that moment. But this shocks Nasiens, saying, "No way, you can even deflect any poison?" Oh, it was poison? Then why are you not affected? And we all know why. It's because Nasiens, after drinking so much, has developed something of a resistance, if not an immunity, especially to the ones that he digested a long time ago. Alright, so if these poisons don't work, then how is Nasiens going to, win? But Nasiens notices something. It did work, only for an instant. It shows that his resistance is weaker against any element not in purgatorial miasma. He dashes forward, saying that there has to be one poison that'll finish him in a single instant, and it'll have to be this one. Forward, and from his bag, needle, blood skull, pierces Diodora's heart right before Diodora himself could deliver a killing blow. The needle has entered Diodora's heart, and when it did, it stopped beating. An instant kill, perhaps? But, just like before, Nasiens didn't learn. The attack, unfortunately, is returned back to the attacker. Nasiens' heart stops, and he drops, dead, with the clear victor being Diodora. Oh boy, this was quite an entertaining fight, but I knew something bad was going to happen to Diodora because, well, check the chart. Check my chart. But I was not expecting this, and oh boy, this is probably not going to end well for Nasiens. I mean, we all saw the death threat. We know what might happen next. If the stakes were going to be raised with Diodora, then oh boy, someone is going to die. I tell you, if Diodora gets any of Nasiens' power, this is going to be all sorts of messed up. Who or what can stop this kid? I'm even wondering how he's going to fare against Lancelot. Think about it. The most OP member of the Four Knights versus Diodora of Despair. Who would exactly win in this case? I guess let me know in the comments who do you think would win, and also what you thought of this chapter. What is going to happen next? Can Diodora, not kill Nasiens? And what do you think is going to happen next week? One fight is down, but we have two more to go. Gawain versus Balin and Tristan versus Isolde are going to be coming up very soon. So stay tuned for more and subscribe for more content. We'll be out as soon as we can. Starting this April, we'll be doing Friday videos every 2 weeks. So stick around for more content very soon in the future. This has been Dante from the Anime Underworld. I'll see you mortals later.